Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm delighted as the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Roehampton to welcome you this afternoon to which is the last of our winter award ceremonies. And I'm particularly pleased to welcome His Worship, the Mayor of Wandsworth, Councillor Piers McCausland, and the Lady Mayoress. We're very pleased indeed to have them with us today. I'm also pleased to welcome our special guest, Maggie Philbin, OBE, who through her radio and television programmes has done so much to encourage young people to be interested in science and technology. Maggie will be receiving an honorary degree during the course of the ceremony. Now, I'd like to start the ceremony by expressing my own personal congratulations to each and every one of you graduating today. Graduating from university is a great achievement. Whether it's your first degree, your master's, or your doctorate, you can rightly feel very proud of yourself today. The university is proud of you, and I've no doubt that your family and friends are proud of you too. Whatever award it is that you're getting, I'm sure it's needed determination, commitment, and a great capacity for sheer hard work. And those are in themselves great attributes to have developed. And if you're like most students, there will have been times along the way when you felt that maybe you'd reached the point where you just couldn't do any more. And then you found that actually you could. What you thought were your limits turned out to be not limits at all, just new starting points. And that's what a good education is all about. Finding reserves of strength that you didn't know you had, finding a confidence in yourself that you didn't have before, and imagining new possibilities that didn't seem open to you until now. I also suspect that getting to this point has been something of a team effort, that along the way you might have needed just a little bit of help, maybe from your friends, your partners, or your parents and your family, and they too deserve our congratulations today and our thanks for all the help they've given you. And I think before we go any further, we should recognise the part they've played in all of this with a big round of applause. And I hope you'll agree that throughout your studies, you've also been able to count on the support of the staff here at the university. And I'd like to express my thanks to them on your behalf. One of the great things about Roehampton is the enthusiasm and the commitment of our staff, all of whom have been united in one single aim, which has been to help you do your best work and reach your potential. We'll shortly begin the ceremony for conferring degrees, and we'll have the chance then to congratulate each of our graduates as they come up here onto the stage one by one to receive their degree from the Chancellor of the university. We are very fortunate to have as our Chancellor someone who I'm sure is extremely well known to you, as she's well known to millions of people around the world, as well as this country's best known and most loved children's writers, as Professor Dame Jacqueline Wilson. Jacqueline's been a very good friend of the university for many years now, and as well as being very busy as Chancellor, she also finds time to hold a number of master classes for our very lucky creative writing students. So I'd now like to invite Jacqueline to say a few words, so please welcome her with another round of applause.
Let me start by adding my own congratulations to all of you on successfully completing your degree. Whatever subject you studied and whatever award you're collecting at this ceremony, you've achieved a wonderful thing by getting here to this day. Now, when I was growing up, I was an avid reader. I loved the way that words and stories could transport you to another place and to another world. All that reading turned me into a writer. And as a writer, I understand that everyone has their own story to tell. And today marks a very significant chapter in your own. Standing here, I can't help but wonder what happens next for you all. Where does your story take you? Well, as a Roehampton graduate, I've no doubt that very good things will happen and that you'll go on to do wonderful things and really make a difference in the world around you. You may not realise it, but you'll have gained so many life skills during your time at Roehampton, in addition to all the knowledge gained from your course. And I'm sure many of you will reflect that you've changed from the person you were when you first joined us. You'll have learnt more about being independent, about self-motivation and self-discipline. You'll have become more confident. You will have learned more about yourself and what you can achieve. And you will hopefully have also made many new friends, friendships that could last you many years to come, if not a lifetime. The qualities that a Roehampton degree has helped you develop, thanks to your hard work and dedication, puts you in very good stead for your next step. And you should be confident about taking it. Use your education to help make the world around you a better place. Support, encourage and challenge your peers. And if you are faced with challenges, embrace them. Nobody made a success in life without making a few mistakes. Today marks the end of your studies, for the moment at least, but it doesn't mark the end of our relationship with you. As a Roehampton graduate, you are warmly welcomed into the Roehampton Alumni Association. Within this community, you will find fellow Roehampton graduates, now in successful careers, who have committed their time to support, mentor, and advise recent graduates on their next steps. You can find out more about the mentoring scheme and the Alumni Association online. Whether you're clear about your next steps or not, the future may seem a daunting prospect. But don't let it be. Don't think you need to accomplish your goals in the next 5 years. Think of your immediate future as an opportunity to take action. So every person you meet, every conversation you connect with, and every leader you admire, take action and learn from them. 175 years ago, our first students, all women, of our oldest college, Whitelands, graduated with certificates in education and set out to become teachers. Our lives today are very different to those women, but one can imagine that they too may have thought about their next steps with a mix of trepidation and excitement. For those women, and the many thousands of graduates over the last 175 years who have gone before you, the core values of our founding colleges have endured and informs our purpose today, providing the best education possible to everyone who can benefit from them, regardless of their background, understanding and improving our world through a spirit of curiosity and discovery, and helping our students develop the confidence, knowledge, and adaptability they need for a successful graduate career and a fulfilling life. Now, for some of you here today, graduation feels like an end. For some, a beginning. Whatever today feels like for you, follow your passion and your instinct. So once again, many congratulations and good luck for the future. I'd also like to take this opportunity to wish our wonderful Vice-Chancellor, Professor Paul O'Craig, good luck for his future, and to say I'm sure I speak for all of us that we're so grateful for his kindness, his warmth, his enthusiasm, and his brilliant steering of Roehampton to make it the very fine university it is today. Thank you.
Jacqueline, thank you very much. I didn't know that was coming, but thank you. I shall say a little few words at the end. But, now let's call upon the Director of the School of Education, Peter Flew, who's going to present Maggie Philbin for the award of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa.
Chancellor, our honorary graduate today has devoted her career to science and technology. I'm very pleased to have the honour to present to you Maggie Philbin, OBE. After studying English and drama at the University of Manchester, Maggie started her career in broadcasting, joining the BBC in 1978. Her first role was as a presenter on the live Saturday morning children's programme Multicoloured Swap Shop, much loved by people of a certain generation, especially those of us whose parents didn't approve of Tiswas. This was the start of a career working in radio and television on a wide range of science, medical and technology programmes, including the iconic Tomorrow's World. In November 2018, she reunited with her colleagues for a special live edition of the show, which doubled the viewing figures on BBC 4. In 2008, Maggie co-founded Teen Tech, an award-winning organisation which works across the UK, helping young people, their parents and teachers understand that opportunities in contemporary industry are open to all, no matter what their gender or social background. Every year, Teen Tech works with over 10,000 students face-to-face, most of them with no pre-existing interest in developing digital or scientific skills. The organisation helps students understand not only the many different pathways to exciting careers, but their own potential to succeed and enjoy them. Since 2015, Maggie and Teen Tech have been close partners with the University of Roehampton, in particular Ruth Seabrook, who leads our Design and Technology secondary PGC programme. Colleagues from the School of Education have been working with Teen Tech at venues around the country, including the Emirates Stadium. It's a pleasure to witness dozens of children in Digby Stuart Chapel every summer with the cities of the future they have created. Our student teachers and staff support this impressive activity, and Maggie is very much hands-on as leader and chief judge. In June 2016, Maggie was voted Most Influential Woman in UK IT by Computer Weekly and also named 2016 Digital Leader of the Year. She was awarded an OBE in January 2017 for her work to promote careers in STEM and the creative industries. And in July 2017, she received the Tech for Good Special Award. Chancellor, our graduate today is a major figure in the world of science and technology who is now playing a leading role in the drive to attract young people into careers in industry. She is an inspiration to staff and students at Roehampton. It therefore gives me great pleasure to present Maggie Philbin, OBE, as eminently worthy of the degree of Doctor of the University Honoris Causa.
In the name and authority of the University of Roehampton, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of the University Honoris Causa.
I'd now like to invite Maggie to address the congregation.
Gosh, thank you so much, Peter, for that generous citation. It feels quite awkward when you stand there on the stage and somebody's talking about you. It makes you feel just a little bit embarrassed. But I'd like to say this is an incredibly proud moment, not just for myself, but for the entire Teen Tech team. As you heard mentioned, we've had a very close relationship with Roehampton for the last 4 years, and I'd like to extend a special thanks to the graduates who are here in the room, who managed not to get themselves permanently glued to pieces of the city of tomorrow, or indeed some of the children building the city of tomorrow. It's just so exciting to stand here in this wonderful building with this sea of talent in front of me. And I know that in a few moments' time you're going to be collecting your very well-deserved degrees. And I often reflect on the moment when I collected my first degree from Manchester with my proud parents in the audience. And, you know, they said, oh, it was really lovely, but it was over so quickly, we hardly saw you. So your parents in a moment are going to be showing all of their sort of pride that they feel in you. And I wondered now, could you just give a really special moment for your parents? If you're graduating today, could you just stand up, find where your parents are? Some of them will be down the middle, some of them will be up in the balcony. Stand up and give them an amazing round of applause and show them how much you love and appreciate everything that they've done for you. That's brilliant, and it was another good excuse to get all of the cameras out. And what a beautiful day and setting for you to take all of the pictures. As some of your parents will know, I've spent a very large proportion of my career attempting to predict the future. I did have some hits. So I did hold the first truly mobile phone. I was the very first person to be on a train, and my husband phoned me on this mobile phone, and I said, I'm on a train. I was the first person to say those words. I also battled with voice recognition. I demonstrated sat-nav for the first time, did the first demonstration ever of virtual reality. I guess it's also fair to add that there were a few misses. So in the interests of complete Tomorrow's World honesty, I'll also put my hands up to having demonstrated the fishing rod that lit up in the dark, the washing line that sang when it rained, and most notably perhaps, and the thing that drew the most complaints ever to Tomorrow's World, which was the electric blanket that knew where your hot bits were. But although I had some success with predicting the way technology was moving, I could never, in a month of Sundays, have predicted what my own career would be like. I would never have understood how all of the experiences that I was gathering along the way, experiences that I'd had myself, aged 6 or 7, experiences I'd had while I was at university and then later on, how they would all come together to create what I do now, which of course is Teen Tech. So the one thing I can say with absolute confidence to every single graduate in the audience today is that you have no idea what you are going to do. You have no idea what you can possibly achieve. And the only thing I can say with absolute certainty is that you can go on to achieve far more than you might ever imagine was possible. The key thing is to be the best possible you. You don't need to imitate others, you can learn from others, but you don't need to copy them. There is only one you, and the best thing you can ever be in life is to be the best you. So just a few thoughts, obviously with the benefit of hindsight, about how you might do that. So the first thing I can say is always say yes rather than no to opportunities when they present themselves. Because opportunities are funny things. They don't tend to arrive when you want them. They tend to arrive when you least expect them, and often when you think, I couldn't possibly do this. My opportunity to present Swap Shop came while I was still a student at university, and I applied to a box number, not knowing what the job was. And when I went for the auditions, I never dreamt that they would give me the role. And when they did, I felt completely inadequate. I'd never done telly, let alone live telly. They took a massive gamble on me. But I did say yes rather than no, and I learned a huge amount. And then later on, when I was offered Tomorrow's World, I found myself in the same boat. I didn't have a science degree. I was really interested in tech. I was really interested in people, and that interest carried me through. There were lots of people who saw that box-numbered ad who didn't respond. If I'm honest, I only responded because I was in the middle of my finals and it was a bit of displacement activity. But it does show where saying yes rather than no can take you. The other thing I would say is always ask for help, whether it's help when you find yourself in a new role, whether it's help finding that role, because in general, people are really happy to help. People like helping. I consider myself absolutely blessed that the woman who took that massive risk on me when I was just 22 years old gave me the most wonderful piece of advice when I asked her for help. And her advice was, you're going to make loads of mistakes. We don't mind you making mistakes, but make your own mistakes and then learn from them. Don't copy other people. Be you, because we want you. And we've got faith in you. I mean, she was the most wonderful woman to have that level of trust. My daughter, Rose, is now named after her. And when people give you help of whatever kind, however way back when you may suddenly remember, like I remember a French teacher who was responsible really for everything I did, because that French teacher gave me the confidence to try things that I didn't necessarily think I was then good at. She gave me the confidence to perhaps be brave about failing in the process of learning. And I made sure that Mrs. Roberts knew how much I owed to her. So remember to thank the people who at any stage in your life help you, because people love to help, and trust me on this one, they really do love to be thanked. And then finally, 2 things really. Be true to yourself. Even when you're at the very beginning of your career, you will walk into a company, or maybe if you're teaching, you'll walk into a school, you'll feel like the newbie. There will be certain things that you notice at that point which you feel are not quite right. Remember them. Because once you become absorbed by a system, you will forget those little things that you noticed that you felt could be improved. The moments that might have made your own first days better, or the way a teaching system works within the school, where you feel, actually, this could be a little bit more creative. And then, when you feel the time is right, be very focused about trying to change those things. And most importantly, remember to help others. From this point on, you don't have to be the CEO of an organisation to inspire and be the person who touches someone else on the shoulder, who gives that person an opportunity, gives that person a word of encouragement. With Teen Tech, we've seen so many young people who've been supported by people of your age, where you've just said the right thing at the right time, which has made all the difference to young people. You know, some of those young people are developing really creative ideas for the world of tomorrow. Some of the pupils might, I know it's not very PC to talk about, kids are sometimes a little bit naughty, but we quite like bold, different thinkers. And I always remember a group of students who submitted a project for the Teen Tech Awards, and they were clearly testing their teacher to the max. They'd had 4 ideas. The first was for an intergalactic weapon. The second was for a pair of boots that enabled you to jump across a road without waiting for the lights to change. And their third idea was for a condom that changed colour according to the sexually transmitted disease that it came into contact with. No prizes for guessing which project those boys decided to go with. And I have to say, when I read it, I had tears running down my face because they'd gone into Westfield, the shopping centre, to get feedback on this idea, and had accosted people, and they obviously used their mobile phones because it was all written down word for word, of them coming up to people and saying, so we've got an idea for a science project, we need to see what people think of it. And people going, well, as you can see, I've got a lot of shopping and I'm in a rush. It won't take long. Oh, all right then. What is it? Well, it's a condom that changes colour. And then people saying, oh, I wasn't expecting you to say that. But to cut to the chase, by the time we gave those young lads a wild card to the Royal Society, and by the time they arrived, and by the time they'd been mentored by people like yourself, what they didn't know about sexually transmitted diseases was nobody's business, and they won the Future of Health category. They went to Buckingham Palace to collect an award, and the story was carried by news organisations all over the world. And most importantly, at that school, initially they'd had 8 students in their STEM club, and the teacher said the only problem now was that entire school wanted to belong to it. And that was by the encouragement given by young mentors such as yourselves, helping those boys see, actually, maybe there could be something in this idea, maybe they could take it further. So be generous. You never know where those helping words will take someone else. And it's one of the most satisfying and rewarding things you will ever do. I'm thrilled to be accepting this degree today. I will put it to very good use, and the fact that it comes from Roehampton, whose teachers and whose students I admire and love from the bottom of my heart, makes it very, very meaningful. So, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, the University Council and the Senate, I thank you so much for this award, and as I assure you, it will be put to very good use. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Maggie, thank you very much for that terrific address. We enjoy working with Maggie very much, and it's a great pleasure to recognise her extraordinary achievements with the award of this honorary doctorate. And she also does us a great honour by being with us today. Thank you, Maggie. Now, this is the moment when we invite our graduates to come up onto the stage of the Royal Festival Hall and walk along this very long red carpet and receive their degree from the Chancellor. And we start that process off by asking the Chancellor to confer your degrees.
In the name and authority of the University of Roehampton, I confer upon graduates present and graduates in absentia first and higher degrees of the University.
I now call upon the Deputy Provost, Dr. Stephen Driver, to present graduates for awards.
Chancellor, I present graduands from the Department of Dance. Degree of Master of Arts, Susan Elizabeth Johnson. Margaret Watson. Mariam Al-Rashi. Rong Chu. Xin Ru He. Anna Kirakoska. Shelby Prentice. Wai Wei Chin. Neve Madden. Lauren Schowler. Zhizhu Yang. Degree of Bachelor of Arts, Danielle Shepherd. Chancellor, I present graduands from the Department of Drama, Theatre and Performance. Degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Claire Reid. Claire's thesis is titled Performance Documentation, Disrupting Ontologies. She was supported in her research by her Director of Studies, Professor Jennifer Parker Starbuck, and her supervisor, Dr. Sarah Gorman. Degree of Master of Arts, Selina Antipas. Charlotte Sarah Ellen Edmondson. Shireen Pearl Cara Hamilton. Kiana Nathel Simone Lewis. May Queen Nag. Amelia Ruth Laura Webber. Sandra Zetner. Degree of Bachelor of Arts, Megan Sinead Taylor. Chancellor, I present graduands from the Department of English and Creative Writing, Degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Marion Barrister. Marion's thesis is titled The Poetics of Exile, a critical examination of an author's creative writings, 1988 to 2010, as a performative acts of political and psychic survival. She was supported in her research by her Director of Studies, Professor Martin Priestman, and her supervisor, Dr. Ariel Khan. Congratulating her today is Professor Ian Haywood. Kim Gilchrist. Kim's thesis is titled To Make Books of Nothing, Bruton Drama in Early Modern England. He was supported in his research by his Director of Studies, Professor Claire McManus, and his supervisor, Dr. Jane Kingsley Smith. Jonathan Turner. Jonathan's thesis is titled Telling Timepieces, Representations of the Timepiece within Literature and Visual Culture of the 18th Century. He was supported in his research by his Director of Studies, Professor Ian Haywood, and his supervisor, Dr. David Fallon. Degree of Master of Arts, Merit Ishleman. Lujan Alferi. Micah Bamberg. William Bowman. Lucy Hannah Bysouth. Ana Maria Diaz Castillo. Corrie Ford McEwen. Bethany Frost. Kaya Heiss. Julia Lesniewska. Eleanor Santi. Caris Woods. Jodie House. Sarah Morris. Kirsten Knott. Catherine Petchy. Leslie Smith. Anna Snape. Sandra Tull. Alison Allen. Amy Catherine Duthet. Jack Edwards. Wendy Mackenzie Ingle. Jacqueline Ann Robinson. Degree of Bachelor of Arts, Dina Hussain. Yasmin Yusuf. Xenia Zielinski. Chancellor, I present graduates from the Department of Humanities, degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Andrew Cook. Andrew's thesis is titled An Ecclesiastical Analysis of Roman Catholic Church Teaching on Homosexuality from 1957 to the Papacy of Pope Francis. He was supported in his research by his Director of Studies, Professor Tina Beattie, and his supervisor, the late Professor Tope Omani. Degree of Master of Arts, Charlotte Jessica Elizabeth Smith. Israel Oluwatobi. Dennis Irabu Aramunde. Albert Dankwa. John Wilson Mensah. Gabrielle Oli de Pupu. Victoria Ola de Pupu. Degree of Master of Research, Prize for the Best Dissertation in Classical Civilization Research, Emma Louise Hayward. Jordan Hill. Grace Page. Rebecca Ann Robson. Cameron Witheridge Pearce. Degree of Bachelor of Arts, Amy Elizabeth Davis. Kirsty Mulally. Lauren Patricia Scott. Foundation Degree of Arts, Daniel Dujunga. Chancellor, I present graduates from the School of Education, Degree of Master of Arts, Marguerite Aarons. Rubina Bapusha. Shukiri Hassan. Julie Ann Nichols. Jagannath Adhikari. Anita Lorraine Jackson. Rebecca Louise Royal. May Francis Noemi. Charlotte Martin. Valentina Sandberg. Noor Amar Al-Shatta. Erica Takata. Lindsay Fisher. Daisy Forsyth. Michelle Louise Newton. Diane Propsting. Francis Wood. Genevieve Elizabeth Smith Nunes. Hannah Marit Belrufsen. Cynthia Chizangano. Elizabeth Corbyn. Juliet Carleen Davis. Korowaj Mary Roselli Sharon Fernando. Thenjiwi German. Sophie Marie Hoog. Pala Patel. Anna Proudfoot. Hannah Siad. Justina Sharowska. Agoritza Zueli. Postgraduate Certificate of Education, Primary, Salim El Sawaf. Nina Ballo. Melanie Benjamin. Hayley Louise Blake. Vita Brown. Nicola Brown. Sabella Castro Vinueles. Lucy Harriet Cook. Colin Stephen Darcy. Ewa Simone Dennis. Charlene Edwards. Berna Enver. Charlotte Louise Fairhall. Lucy Kate Griffiths. Claire Hellier. Nicole Hills. Wahida Islam. Ollie Johnson. Darius Kamal William Lee. Carolina Lay. Harika Malhotra. Alice Maynard. Nicola Mayer. Holly McGowan. I apologize. Marcus McKenzie. Aldo Meza Williams. Helen Louise Moore. Joe Michael James Moore. Praveen Nicole Sankey. Annie Rose O'Neill. Tasmin Palmer. Molly Parkinson. Hannah Potter. Anna Scott. Amanda Sessions. Zainub Shahiq. Romy Skinner. Janine Helen Smith. Serena Suarez. Connie Sen? Soon. I was practicing that one. Connie Soon. Sophie Tindley. Rebecca Tuttle. Eleanor Wade. Abigail Walls. Charlotte Catherine Wiley. Rosalind Williams. Katie Wright. Kamika Wright. Postgraduate Certificate of Education, Secondary, Isabel Dale Finch. Megan Dixon. Isabel Easton. India Evans. Zara Farouk. Emma Forder. Stephen Gear. I was good. Very good. George William Glenn. Abigail Sarah Goldblatt. Tracy Elizabeth Hall. Francesca Harris. Rachel Harvey. Tamika Houghton. Zainab Ibrahim. Surya Impanathan. Thayavanthanthi Krishan Kumar. Robert Michael Shipman Lane. Ingrid Susanna Lidberg. Gloria Maxiza. Ivan Matas Chamorro. Alice Matthews. Gabriella Mayhew. Rosamund Nuglo Mensa. Karen Paul. Chloe Victoria Penson. Philip Picula. Harriet Purvis. Leida Kihano. Naomi Robinson. Seta Marina Silla. Michael Wakely. Lydia Mary Ward. Poppy Winter. Nashmia Zubair. Tawa Zadok. Postgraduate Certificate of Education, School-Centred Initial Teacher Training, Primary, Christy Barrett. Beth Healy. Julia De Ross. Naomi Jolliffe. Adam Lee. Paula Moss. Scott Silver. Anna Torrington. Bethany Turvey. Neva Sheena Varnan. Jessica Louise Waldron. Postgraduate Certificate of Education, School-Centred Initial Teacher Training, Secondary, Dahana Acharya. Nivda Kuganendaran. Amina Yunis. Postgraduate Certificate of Education, School Direct Primary, Ciara Backshall. Joanna Baird. Richard Philip Boughton. Molly Leonora Broadley. Rebecca Colgan Jeffries. Lauren Davis. Jacqueline Ann Dunn. Elizabeth Mary Green. Dahlia Hilfwari. Elizabeth Jones. Priya Kalia. Elodie Nelson. Christopher James Norman. Hannah Pace. Eleonora Pangrazio. Stephen Rees Radbourne. Joshua Rees Moore. Jessica Mary Richardson. Karina Amy Round. Jade Scoofill. Emma White. Mary Yatim. Postgraduate Certificate of Education, School Direct Secondary, Daniel George Ashton. Emma Baisley. Christopher Dawes. Nicola Marie Dempsey. Natalie Claire Fairchild. Nicholas Gibson. Prize for the Best Professional Studies Assignment, Samantha Ann Beams Grant. Adam Guzzi. Grace Harris. Catherine Howells. Grace Alice King. Margaret Onu Ogbu. Elizabeth Papanastasio. Harriet Parkinson McKevitt. David Keith Rogers. Keely Sunderland. Antoinette Tortel. Postgraduate certificate, Declan Martin McCloskey. Thahomina Chowdhury. Claire O'Brien. Degree of Bachelor of Arts, Sadia Arslan. Buzra Bakichi. Amy Elizabeth Benger. Anna Boyer. Lauren Louise Gladys Guy. Afsa Hussein Ismail. Amy Elizabeth Johnson. Eshma Khalik. Christina Kuznetska. Aisha Mantor. Samuel Mark Matthews. Amy Jose Susan Nijwi. Nice. Yes. Nice. Elliot James Nye Hubert. Lucy O'Donnell. Dorcas Yatunde Abisola Agunele. Gahinde Omosoloe Orateo. Hannah Alice Awusu Boadi. Aisha Popo. Madeleine Rourke. Bilan Mohammed Saeed. Tiana Colette Sampu Holde. Hannah Zuhuri. Degree of Bachelor of Arts, taught at Carl Shorten College, Angeline Ajayi. Christina Bienge. Laura Mann. Katie Murphy. Shirley Reid. Foundation Degree of Arts taught at Culshalton College, Ashley Hollingsworth. Chelsea Whitehead. Diploma of Higher Education, Jasmine Mendoza. Certificate of Higher Education, Latifa Kabenje. Anthony Cipriano. Degree of Bachelor of Arts, Beverly Nelson. Certificate of Professional Development, Mira Magdu. A Certificate of Professional Practice, Rodelito Aguila. Emma Hudson. Beverly Pocock. The Frobel Professional Development Certificate, Nida Siddiqui. The Frobel Certificate of Professional Practice, Chantel Gray. The degree of Master of Arts, Emmanuel Boateng. Heather Bell. Prize for Outstanding Contribution to the Department of Social Sciences, Natasha Boxwain. Dahina Dugal. Queen Fatima Hossain, Saida Fatina Hussein. Carl Knight. Carla Roberts. Avneet Sandhu. Kajul Shah. Prize for Outstanding Student Dissertation, Alexander Valenci. Postgraduate Diploma, Laurie Douglas. Sydney Francesca Pearson Primorello. Natasha Bartram. Brian Jason Bernal. Sabia Chima. Elsa Mary Jones Dickens. Gemma Erskine. Benedict Emilia Hogan. Alexander Rook. Degree of Bachelor of Arts taught at Culshalton College, Ivan Ludona. Degree of Bachelor of Science, Maisha Chowdhury. Jodie Vinnicombe Russell. Hamandi Bahandi. Foundation Degree of Arts taught at Carl Shorten College, Alice Lane. Arina Nakiboneka. Nora Nalugo. Bukenya Nankia. Graduate from the Business School, Degree of Bachelor of Science, Latifa Daifan. Graduate from the Degree of Psychology, Postgraduate Certificate, Amanda Bodestein. Graduate from Roehampton Online, Master of Public Health, James Atikapuru Ogehenbo. Chancellor, this ends the conferment of awards. I would now like to invite the President of the Students' Union to say a few words. Choo-choo.
Friends, good afternoon. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look where we are. Look where we started. Today is your day. Today is graduation day. Congratulations to each and every one of you as you graduate and as you're about to take the leap of faith into the big wide world. As you start your journey, the first thing you should do is to throw away the store-bought map and begin to draw your own. The journey will not always be easy, but take a deep breath and just say, I'm stronger than I seem, I'm braver than I believe, and I'm smarter than I think, and then go and do it. Graduation ceremonies are interesting, and giving a speech at one is interesting too, as most speakers get up here and talk in future tense. You will succeed, you will make us proud, and you will change the world. But I'm not going to say that, because you're not the future. You're the present. You are succeeding, you are making us proud, you are changing the world. So keep changing the world and keep making us proud. It's your individuality that has brought you to this place today, and it's your individuality that will guide you out of these doors into your future success. Throughout your time at Roehampton, today for some of you may have seemed like a non-existent dream. You may have done an all-nighter in the library the night before to get an essay done, gone to Fez the night before an exam, slept through your alarm and missed your 9 a.m, or felt like dropping out because you had lost faith in yourself. Or you survived it all, and here you are. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. Embrace today, look forward for the future, and be thankful for the past. Don't be sad it's over, but be happy that it happened. Roehampton is grateful for you. Roehampton will miss you. Roehampton celebrates you, your success today and your success in future. Now go out into the world with confidence, knowing that having come this far, there is nothing now that the world will throw at you that can stop you from going further. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who actually do. Today, as we celebrate you, you leave a legacy behind you. Whether you were a programme rep, an elected officer, an ambassador, a flat rep, the student that lobbied for laundry in Elm Grove, the student that campaigned for a more diverse curriculum, or the many students that bought snake bites and kept the Union Bar afloat. Yesterday you were freshers, and today you become leading change makers. So friends, Roehampton alumni, look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. That time someone mentioned to you all those months ago has finally come, and it's time to trust your instincts, close your eyes and leap. The next chapter does not start until you turn the page. Are you ready? Shall we turn that page together? Thank you and congratulations. I would now like to invite the Vice Chancellor to come and close the ceremony.
Thank you, Chuchu, for your terrific speech, and just to say what a terrific president Chuchu has been. He's been a really great president for the Students' Union. This brings us, as Chuchu says, to the end of our formal celebrations, so I suspect, listening to some of the cheering and shouting, there are going to be some informal celebrations going on after we get out of the hall. So once again, I'd like to congratulate you all and to say that I hope very much that whatever it is you go on to do next, that you're going to enjoy it, you're going to find it satisfying and rewarding, and I'm sure that as a Roehampton graduate, you will do it extremely well indeed. Jacqueline said when she addressed us that I'm coming up also to the end of my time at Roehampton, like you, an end and a new beginning, as later this year I will retire after 15 years as your Vice-Chancellor. They've been 15 wonderful years that seem to have flown past, and it has been an absolutely enormous honour and privilege for me. And of course, I owe a huge amount of thanks to many people. Roehampton is a great university, and what makes it a great university is its brilliant staff and its absolutely wonderful students. Now, most of the thanks I need to make are for another day, but because this is my last graduation ceremony, I wanted to end just by thanking two groups of people. One is Ellen American, the amazing team that organises these ceremonies and makes them so successful and such wonderful moments of celebration. And I also want to thank you, the students. Eleanor and I were talking earlier, and we thought that I had probably presided over the graduations of over 40,000 students in the last few years. And I wanted to say that it was those 40,000 students who have provided the inspiration that has kept me going through all that time. And if you wouldn't mind, just for a brief moment, representing those 40,000 students, I'd like to say to you how deeply grateful I am to you for your support, in many cases for your friendship, for always keeping me on my toes, and above all, for teaching me far more than I suspect you have ever realised. So with that, finally, I'd like to say that I hope you've enjoyed your time at Roehampton as much as I have, and that you'll remember your time with us with great affection. And with that, I now declare this ceremony for the conferment of degrees closed.